Our next activity would be 2D power feed bracket. So to create this 2D power feed bracket using AutoCAD, I will start with this circle with its center at coordinates 0, 0 and has a diameter of 1.13. Next is another circle at the same center with a diameter of 2.06. And for the third circle, it has the same coordinates as its center and a diameter of 2.88. Okay, so usually I use baselines and figures to easily put dimension in smaller figures. That would be the next figure that I will be creating. I will create a rectangle from point 0, 0 to 0.5.26 and 1.62. So by the way, I will show you some layer properties like adding layers and changing its properties such as polish and line type. So first, let's button the layer properties, and I will next would be this button. This button would be the new layer dimension, then pink, and lastly would be the green. So next, I will change its color. The red one would be red. Next, for pink, would be also a pink color. Okay, and its line type, I will change it to then I will change its line type. Click the load button and the center. Okay, next would be the green, change to green color, and line type would be this AUTOCAD isotype, which has a description of spaces and dash. Okay, and that's it for these layer properties. Okay, going back with our activity. We'll first change its layer to red to create dimensions. So once you've changed the layer, its properties would also be changed like this one. By the dimensions color would be red since by the way, if you are going to create different lines which has baselines and a larger one, it is better to start with the longest one, then you continue with, and then you can now continue with the smaller one, since it would be easier for you to create and drag. Next, I will change this corner to be a rounded type with a radius of 0.12. From the midpoint of this rectangle, we're going to create a circle from extension of 0.76 with a radius of 0.1875. And I will copy it from here with the spaces in between of 2.26. We'll change this layer to pink one. So by using this pink one, I'm going to bisect this rectangle and this circle. Okay, and then I will connect it with the largest circle. Okay, next I'm going to create again a baseline, so it would be easier for me to create the arc. Okay. Okay, click arc and select the start and end radius. Start and radius. So first click this part and click the other one from the extension of the another end of this line with a distance of 0.94. And for the radius, just click this line, this point, and delete the baseline. So next, I'm going to create a straight line from here. Okay, next, another circle, a diameter of 1.88. Okay, another circle with its center aligned with the other one. This would have a diameter of 0.94. Okay, next would be a line, and next would be a line from this point up to whenever you want. Okay, it's up to you. The next line would be aligned with this dimension of 1.7, and it must have a width of 1.12. Next would be a vertical line and another line which was 0.19 apart from each other. Then I will create a center line from the center of these two circles and up to the end of the other two lines. I will be copying the other two lines that I created, so it would mirror the first two. Delete or erase or trim all unnecessary lines and figures that you won't be needed. Okay, next, I'm going to create a diagonal line that is connected with the rectangle and the second circle and this second circle, and another diagonal line that are tangent on both circle. Okay, so those unnecessary figures or unnecessary lines or semicircle and should be trimmed since we will be not using those figures. If you can trim it, you can try the erase button. Okay, lastly, I'm going to create a diagonal line that was inclined of about 15 degrees from the y-axis. Okay. Next, I'm going to copy another line from the both sides of this first line as the baseline of the green line that I will be creating later. Those copies must be about 0.54, 0.56 apart from this center one. Okay. Since we have finished creating this side or this face of the power bracket, we can now proceed with dimensioning. Okay, next, create a rectangle with a dimension of 1.88 and its height of 2.06. Okay, next, create a line from this part with an extension of 0.56. Okay, and another line that would bisect this rectangle into halves horizontally. Okay, by using those two lines, the intersection point of those two lines would be the center of the circle, and it would also have a diameter of a radius of 0.1875. So, okay, next. Okay, for the next one, from this endpoint of the rectangle, I will measure an extension of about 2.12 and another vertical line from 90 degrees. Okay. And that would be aligned with this rectangle. Okay, that's it. Okay, next. Okay, next. Um, Next would be a rectangle. Okay, a rectangle with a width of a rectangle with a width of 0.7 and will be aligned with this first line, with the longest line that we have created from the first figure. A polyline from this point up to this point, which has a distance of 0.56. Okay, this would be perpendicular with this part. Next, another polyline with a length of 0.62 and which will be also aligned, which will also intersect with this line. Okay. Next, another line. Another line that was aligned from the first figure, the circle of the first figure. Okay. Take note that all of the rounded corners would be fillet of about a fillet with a radius of 0.12. So next I will create a line with a length of 1.3, and this would be the baseline of the diagonal line that I will be creating next. Okay. By intersecting it with this one and aligning it with this circle, we can easily create the diagonal line with a y coordinate of 1.3. Create a circle with a radius of 0.1875 and another circle which has a diameter of 1.12. Next, create a circle with a radius of 1.5 and is tangent with this line. And another one would be a circle with a radius of 1.76 and is tangent with this circle with a radius of 1.5. Also, it must be inclined. Also, it must be connected with this corner of a polyline. Then erase all unnecessary figures and lines. Create a polyline first with a width of 0.80 from angle 0, and another one would be uh, a vertical line with a length of 1.12, and for the third one would also be a horizontal line with a length of 0.80. Using these 2 points, create a circle with a diameter of 1.12 and another small circle with a diameter of 0.1875. After you trim or delete all unnecessary figures and lines, you can now proceed with dimensioning. So in dimensioning, first change the layer into the red dimension and just click the 2 endpoints of the line that you wanted to measure. As for dimension, linear dimension for every straight lines that you are going to measure. Arc length for the angle. Radius for every radius and diameter for the diameter of a circle. Those green lines would be the base, and every pink line would be the center of each circle.